Welcome back, everyone. It's Demise here. And first things first, you might notice a bit of a difference in the audio in terms of volume, because my phone is dead and I can't actually listen to music today. So, like, what I usually use as a measuring stick for audio, it's no longer there. So that's gonna be fun. Um, Maybe I should use it on the computer. I don't know. I'm confused. Anyway, we were doing Swamp last time, and we also started doing. We did Spider, we got scared, and then we went and did Swamp. And I think there was something dangerous down here. Oh, no, there wasn't. We haven't gone down yet. Let's go down. Yeah, there's a lot of things. There's a couple of things I want to talk about today, and hopefully it's not too loud, so bear with me. First things first, funny story that happened. I was over at someone's house, went into their shed to go do some stuff. Yeah, I'm being vague, I know. And today I saw probably more spiders than I've ever seen in my life in the same place. Like, I saw a absolutely gobsmacking number of spiders today. I'm all spidered out. It was the most terrifying thing. They were all hanging. Oh man, I'm out of mana. Let's use Acid Wand. Yeah, they were just hanging there, and I will say now I am deathly afraid of spiders. So that sucks. Also, we're getting absolutely wrecked by this Hydra, so I guess we just teleport. I guess I don't know. Oh man, the feels of having no mana. Oh, that's really bad. Okay, let's teleport again. Okay, there we go. There's a resting spot. Even with 50 mana, it's pretty insane that I'm not efficient enough. I think I need to be using the Battle Sphere more often, because it doesn't seem to be... I don't know, I seem to be using a lot of mana, more than I should. I'll use Battle Sphere for now, because it seems more efficient. And then I'll use my AoE spells later. Ow. That hurt. Okay, there's a Swamp Dragon. Probably should back off here. Or I could just Fireball. One of the two. Actually, Magic Dart can take care of Wisps, so that should be okay. So yeah, Straya. God damn, that was a lot of spiders today. And I'm not going to give any pictures or describe it in particular in case there's an arachnophobe in watching this. I don't want to trigger anyone, right? But, oh man, today was not a good day for me. I was not expecting it because it was like maybe 10 centimeters from where my hand was. I was reaching out for like a lever or something, or a switch. And yeah, just absolutely nailed. I thought they were leaves. They were not leaves. Like, not... okay. Let's not talk about that anymore. Let's just return back to Swamp. We're not in Spider anymore. We're going back to Spider later, but that's for another time. I really should have gone back to Spider before telling this story, but that's okay. But yeah, I felt like I was really in the spider's nest for that time. It was very frightening for me. So that's why today, spooky things happened, and that's why I might die, because I'm all spooked up. Don't know what's going on, or maybe I'll survive when I shouldn't have, because my extra spook factor gave me the ability to make good decisions. I don't know. Something might have changed today. So if I die, it's because of that. Anyway, we did Swamp 4, Swamp 3. Swamp 4 might be a bit hard depending on how far the staircase is from the... That's a double. Oh my god, this is gonna be bad. Double Thorn Hunter. Make sure to kill both of them if we can before we go upstairs. It's really important. Use Fireball here. Use one... Oh, okay. Iskender's Mystic Blast is actually a level 4 spell. I didn't realize that. For some reason I thought that it was level 3, but it's level 4. And now I know. Anyway, yeah, so that happened today. Mildly interesting story, I guess. Kind of creepy. Probably didn't come out right, but it's all good. It's all good. No one watches me for the coherency, right? We're only here to just listen to my soothing voice. That's peaky and kind of disgusting. Yeah, I like to think that way. Whoops, we have the wrong stuff on. We want the energy until we hit about 20. Then we switch over to the conjuration staff so that our spells get more power. I cannot for the life of me remember to switch between the two, so yeah, that's a problem. Generally being bad at remembering stuff. It is an issue. More int is always good. Fighting and dodging is pretty good. I don't think I'll get much returns from armor at this point in time. So I guess I'll just train more fire instead of conjurations. Just a little bit. Just a touch. This is pretty scary. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. I pressed ZE instead of ZC. Damn it, I'm bad. Oh, it's a book. Let's see what's in the Grand Grimoire. It's not bad, actually. It's understandable. If there's shadow creatures, there isn't. But if there was, I would have considered using it because, well, at least utilizing the spells in the book because I'd have some kind of gateway, which would make it so that my summoning was actually useful while I was training it, and not training for like a level 7 spell off the bat and not using summoning at all. I'm not making any sense, and I apologize for that. What I'm trying to say is that I would rather not waste my EXP. So I'd need to get an intermediate spell that I would use while I was training for any spell in the Grand Grimoire, such as like Summon Horrible Things. I know Summon Horrible Things is really great with summoners in general, but Vehemit doesn't really enjoy. Whoa, that's double Thorn Hunter. What? What? No way! No way! No, you only do like 40 to 60 damage per turn. That's not broken at all. That's very balanced. God, I love how balanced these enemies are. Like they're just so well made. Like an enemy that does all your health in one hit and blocks you off and is ranged and is irresistible. Damn, this game is really tactically challenging. It's not actually tactics. It's called teleport on site, have fire on site, die. Those are your 3 options. You don't have tactics. There's no alternate way to deal with it. I think they can see invisible too, which is hilarious because they're a plant. Let's check. Yeah, it can see invisible. It's also faster than you are. So, Thorn Hunters, they were like the original Caustic Strike for me. When they were added into the game, I was so salty about it. I was just like, who made this a good idea? Who thought this was great? Who was like, yep, that's going into the game. And obviously, I'm making fun, I'm poking fun, I'm not actually criticizing the devs. Well, I'm kind of criticizing the devs, but I'm not like singling out anyone, because obviously if it's still in the game, it means that a lot of people agree with it, or at least a lot of the people who enjoy contributing to the code agree with it. So yeah, I can't really argue that there's a specific person who's in charge of this problem, because there isn't. It's an open source game. But yeah, Thorn Hunters, lols in terms of damage, or irresistible, or physical damage. So if you're a mage that's like not too great at killing enemies right now, sayonara, good luck, have fun, you're dead, basically. Also, those shambling mangroves are, I also had big problems with, because they were basically just power creep like hell. They don't have any features that make them particularly weak compared to like a normal enemy, except like RF minus. And I'm not even sure if the shambling. I'm assuming the shambling mangrove has RF minus, but if it doesn't, that'd be hilarious. Because it's like they have a counter, yes, but if you're a melee, right? How in the hell are you gonna get flaming other than with your weapon? Your wands of flaming aren't gonna do much damage. Now that they remove fireball, there's not a lot of answers other than flaming weapons. So, Lair, like what's supposed to be the answer? And if there isn't really a clear answer other than use a consumable, then kind of sucks, because it makes these enemies really like consumable. It makes the game really consumable heavy. You have to focus on every time you see this enemy, you have to it costs you 1 might potion, for example. And I'm not really a fan of that kind of enemy. I'm not fans of enemies that are like, oh, it's an enemy that can spawn anytime it wants. I'm okay with uniques being really dangerous, but I'm not okay with like normal enemies being super dangerous, because if it's a mandatory tax, just bring item destruction back. Like, it's the same thing, except now you're being like even more upfront. You're being kind of upfront about it. Like, it's the same thing as item destruction. And I've probably lost like half the audience at this point, so sorry, bit of rambling there. That's okay though. We like to ramble, or at least I do. I'm pretty sure everyone likes to ramble, really. Now I'm getting confused. Okay, I think Ring of Flames is honestly going to be a pretty good spell for us to pick up, and the reason why I say that is because Ring of Flames will in fact give us access to RF++, and that's pretty good. There's a Amulet of Magic Regeneration. I wonder if that's better for us. Probably. It's actually probably better than for us. Let's test it out, shall we? Let's put it on. Dodging is fine. Fighting is fine. Fire magic is fine. Spellcasting is fine. Okay, so annihilations. Let's take a look at annihilation, shall we? Let's see if it's good. See what's up before we go into Spider, because I need some kind of way to deal with the scorpions. And if I don't have a way to deal with scorpions, this is going to be super tedious. So my strategy is to pick up something that lets me deal with it, and that could be Poison Arrow, and eventually it will be Firestorm, if things go how I think they'll go. Obviously, if okay, Toxic Radiance probably doesn't even need to be in my spell set anymore, but whatever, we'll keep it. Just because I really want to see it work. Oh yeah, someone commented to get Ignite Poison. There is no Ignite Poison in the dungeon, sorry mate. So yeah, can't use it. Can we actually forget a spell? Are there any spells that aren't that great in our inventory, in our spell list right now? Mephitic can probably go. Most things will be... no, it's still useful kind of here in Spider, so I'll keep it for now. Everything else is kind of decent, so I'll keep it all as well. Are there any, like, charms that we are missing? Not really. No? Looks good. Chain Lightning. It's all decent. Okay, we'll go over to Spider Nest. Get our second then. Cool update, I guess, with the channel. I did find someone who wants to play Diablo 3 Hardcore with me, so I'm going to be doing that eventually. I actually might be recording it today or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow, but yeah, so that should be pretty fun. He is a good friend of mine, and we play games together very often, so it's not like there's any specific... Okay, let's just poison the crap out of this and then blink and see what happens. I made a mistake. Okay, so the problem is everything is going to block the staircase, so I need to get up here, even at the cost of everything else. Yeah, there we go. Good. We need to fireball that shock wasp because I'm aware that it can kill me. Everything else is less important. Dealing with the high threat enemies is probably the most important part. Okay, now the question is, can I risk going downstairs one time? And I think I can. Let's use Toxic Radiance here, pull these 4 ants up, shoot a fireball, get some sick value, and let's go down the 3rd staircase that we don't know. Hopefully that will be enough to deal with things. Come on. Let's not randomly delay us for no reason, please. Okay, this seems pretty safe. This seems less surrounded by enemies, so hopefully that's good. There's an ant. Kill the ant with magic dart. Apparently it's not gonna... Oh, it's a queen ant. I don't think that makes a difference really, but we'll pretend it does. I need to remember that poison arrow is now in my spell list, so that's a good spell to pick up and remember. I'm going to use IMB because it's close range compared to my more long range Fireball. Fireball's good here, where I can guarantee an explosion, basically. I don't know, I like to treat IMB as like a single target melee spell. I don't really treat it as an AoE range spell, because it really isn't, if you think about it. Oh yeah, this Entropy Weaver is smite targeted now. I forgot about that. I didn't... Like I said, in the speedrun, I play on stable, so in that version of the game, things actually are a little bit different. Because, for example, Entropy Weavers do the startup time and then heavy corrode now. Man, these things are just going to keep coming, aren't they? Wow, okay, that's a lot of stuff. Let's blink here, get Mephitic and Poison Arrow the crap out of this thing. Blink, Poison Arrow. Okay, that didn't work. IMB takes it out. Poison Arrow this thing a couple of times. Damn, Poison Arrow is missing a lot. There's not much we can do about it, too. Its power is decent. It's not great, but it's okay. So I don't really know what I should be training to get it really strong. As of right now, we do have 144 health, which is pretty impressive. The only problem is, again, we don't have RF, which is not important because we usually don't have RF anyway, but I do like having a pip of resistance for squishy-ish classes like Mummy. I think Mummy is plus 0%, right? They are actually, yeah, they're plus 0%. So on a brace that's not plus 10%, I usually want to pick up resistances when I can. Obviously, I don't have much of a choice right now, considering I'm using pretty decent rings, and I don't want to take them off. And one of them is giving me the RF that is counteracting my malice. But still, you know, having an extra pip of RF is always good. So yeah, Ring of Flames will probably be on my to-do list, or to pick up list, or whatever you want to call it. Dodge the Orb of Destruction. For me, it's not too hard to dodge Orbs of Destruction, but sometimes like they just fly at you and they skip a turn or do something crazy and you don't expect it. But most of the time, you should be able to dodge orbs once you figure out, I guess, what the pattern is. Here I definitely want a Battle Sphere here. It's going to make my shots more effective. Apparently not, though. Double Poison Arrow, and then IMB. Triple IMB. Didn't work. Okay, let's blink, use Wand of Acid, finish it off. Great. So we're actually running very low on wands. Yeah. We're going to have to probably pick up any acids we find. It seems that I've been using them quite a lot, considering... You know, I might as well just pick up these slowing and ice blast something. Because, honestly, it doesn't matter. I have so few things to have in my inventory that it's completely fine. Oh, that's really bad for me. I need to get out of here. That's an Eldritch Tentacle. Definitely don't want to be around that thing. If you don't know what I'm referencing, go take a look at speedrun number 3 or 4, I think, where a tentacle just blows me up in one hit. It basically kills me. It paralyzes me and then just proceeds to like reenact hentai. It was awful. I was not having fun. The Rapier of RN MR minus Blink. It's plus 7. Damn, that is a decent weapon. However, RN++ is not good for us. Int plus 4 is probably not as good as Conjurations, because Int only improves spell damage, spell success, and hunger is already removed for mummies, and the Staff Conjurations already increases spell power. Spell failure is not necessary because I already have really good spell strength, and MR- is bad. However, it's a good weapon for damaging enemies, but I also already have the Hunting Sling. So, having said, taking all of that into account, I believe that it's not a worthy pickup. That was probably the most detailed consideration I've done on this channel, which is pretty funny. And ouch, we are taking some heavy damage from that Orb of Destruction. Fun fact, probably everyone knows this by now, but in case you didn't, Orbs of Destruction ramp up in damage depending on how long they've been alive. So if you get hit by a melee orb, it doesn't do that much. If you get hit by a full range orb, it does a buttload of damage. So try not to, like, it's actually kind of a valid tactic to walk into an, like, block an orb of destruction with your face. It sounds dumb, but it actually can work from time to time. Oh, also, one thing I didn't really mention is I picked Ash and Zari because Ash is really sick for Mummy. The clarity cannot be understated. It is such an important thing for mummies who cannot drink. Can you blink? Thank you. Jesus, that blink was like, nah, stay in melee. No, stay in melee. I swear to God, you should need to stay in melee. That stupid scorpion. But, crap. Whoops. We need to beat the crap out of it in one turn. Mephitic. And shoot some stuff at it. Hopefully it doesn't... Nope, okay. We're gonna read Fear. Okay, didn't work. Use Teleport. I probably should have used Teleport first. I'm gonna have to just blast this thing before it drains all my mana. I think that's the best way to deal with it. Which is kind of sad. I didn't have any way to deal with it. But yeah, Mummy's very, very bad against confusion, paralysis, confusions, and yeah, pretty much confusion. That's the one that's the main issue. So, Ash and Zari used to be the quote-unquote excellent god for Mummy. Nowadays, Gozag is a little bit more popular, but... Oh my god, are you kidding me? Okay, I'm gonna teleport here. Don't want to die. Don't like dying. I'm gonna go downstairs this way. I'm not even gonna bother with going that way. To the staircase I just lost. It's not important. Yeah, so confusion and like other stuff like that, really bad for mummies because you can't drink curing to get rid of it. So Ash and Zari used to be the top tier dog, and even now, in fact, given that he's so that clarity amulets no longer exist, he's even better than before. It's crazy. Like, he's really good. So, oh, whoops, we accidentally unlearned repel missiles. Don't do that. I want that. I think what we want to remove is actually Mephitic. I think it's not necessary at this point. And I don't really have a reason to get rid of Mephitic, because I technically still do have some spell slots. 13, in fact. But I do enjoy the fact that I have a lot of, I guess, leeway to pick up new spells. And I think Ring of Flame is going to be the first one that I want to pick up. Gonna have to train a bit of Charms or something, though. So I'm going to turn... Oh, dodging off. Oh, that's brutal. Do not like turning off my defenses. But honestly, spellcasting is pretty important. Actually, no, it's not. You know what, we'll turn that off, and we'll train dodging. We'll keep Charms... Not quite. We'll keep fighting focused up. Just to get more HP. More HP is always good. Also, we're stat rotted, and I can actually self-restore as a mummy. This is an archaic ability. Used to be back in the day that, of course, stat drain did not get restored by, potions of sustainability. So mummies would have to actually pay one permanent MP point to get rid of all that stat drain and rot and stuff. Which is hilarious, because that just made them... That just painfully pointed out how hilariously bad they were. Nowadays it's completely unnecessary, though, except for rot, because stat drain restores itself with health. The only way to get rotted as a mummy, I believe, is to get malmutated, or just generally mutated. It rots you. That's, I can't think of another way. There might be another one. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say, really. So we've been going for about 20 minutes now. I'm going to keep going, probably do a couple of levels of vaults. Hilariously enough, I'm still not max piety with Ash and Zari. That's pretty insane. It's been 2 runes. I don't know what the hell I've been doing. But apparently I'm not fully bound or something. Let's drop 1, remove curse, get an armor scroll, curse armor, and curse our boots on. Maybe that will give us a little bit more piety, because somehow we're still on 5 pips. It doesn't really bother me, but... Like, it's not really important, but it kind of bothers me. That's what I'm trying to say. Alright, so there's a bunch of enemies here. Ash and Zari is providing us with some sick vision, so we're going to go ahead and buff up beforehand. We're not going to use poisonous... Sorry, we're not going to use that one spell, Ring of Flames, because it's high cast rate. High fail rate right now. But we will eventually use it. We're only training for it right now. We're not really intending to use it for anything just yet. If I do see a fire giant, I will hazard. I will have a go at trying to get rid of. Trying to cast it. Sorry, my bad. I'm wondering what the hell's going on in this vault. It's like there's a lot of stuff, and I'm also marveling slightly at the fact that Poison Arrow is doing so well. Though I always knew Poison Arrow was a great spell. It does so much damage. Model Dragon Armor. That's a decent thought. It's a good, really good thought. I think to pick up model. It's heavier than what I already have. So it will cut down on my. Sorry, it will increase my spell failure slightly, but that's not really too important, honestly. Also, I need to be using the Toxic Radiance spell. I need to remember that that's a spell in my inventory. Robes of Magic Resistance, we already have that. If it was Robes of Arch Magi, I would consider it quite strongly, because extra spell power for free is pretty good. It only costs us 1 pip of MR in terms of opportunity cost, so that's not bad. One of random effects and slowing can both go. They're actually not useful enough at this point in the game. Even though I have all these slots, like using them is probably a waste of a turn. Random effects could actually screw me over. And slowing will never work in like any of these scenarios, so there's no real point in like keeping it around, I guess. Let's use Toxic Radiance. That's a lightning bolt, so I think that Ogre Mage could have abyssed me, which is why I immediately started focusing him with slightly stronger spells than the quote-unquote slow. Okay, this could be bad. Let's close the door. Shoot some sling bullets, I guess, at this guy's face. Shoot some spells. Okay, great. Kill them. Make sure we're at full mana. That's a whole bunch of stuff. Gonna poison everything and then start running. I think that's the best way to deal with this. Ow. That is a mited Yaktor. That hurts a lot. Damn. It pierced through my repel missiles. Like, quite easily. That was very painful. Yeah, Battle Sphere is pretty sick in this scenario. I'm relying on it because I know that my spell casting is not the most amazing offensively, so it's a pretty good idea to just have it on point. Sits there and just blasts irresistible damage to enemies from time to time. It's very nice. Yeah, anyway, let's talk about vaults for a sec. I haven't mentioned this in a couple of videos, so I will this time. Vaults 1 tends... There's 2 real danger areas in vaults. It's usually Vaults 1 and Vaults 5. Vaults 1 is dangerous because there's only one upstairs, which makes running away a real pain in the ass. Hey, look, you just brought a whole bunch of guys to the execution chamber. Everyone can just get poisoned. Use Toxic Radiance here to grab all these enemies that are pretty far away, run away a little bit, let everything die to the poison, use some spells on the dudes, all good. Business as usual, basically. And the fireballs, for some reason with Ashen Zarya, the fireballs do not feel as stubby as with Sif Muna. Maybe I was imagining things, but I don't know, it feels like the fireball's pretty good today. When I was playing with Sif, it was painfully obvious how stubby the fireballs were. And by stubby, I mean short range. As you can see here, I can't hit the edge of my screen. With Vahumit, you can actually hit the edge of the screen with Fireball, which is pretty insane. It's good range. It essentially gives you 1 extra cast of a spell from full screen, which turns you into essentially an artillery weapon, which is pretty damn sick, if you ask me. Poison is pretty strong against these orcs, so I'm going to use it, and abuse it. Blast away at this guy, kill him before he summons dudes, and then fail to do that, and then kill the dudes he summons. Story of my life, really. Probably should kill the red guy before I kill the Yaktor. I don't know which one was worse. I don't think the Yaktor could have killed me, but the red guy could have been inconvenient had he closed the doors on me. Alright, we're still trying to get that book. Okay, we need to kill this fire giant. Okay, great. I was hoping I wouldn't have to use the Ring of Flames, because first of all, it's 7 mana, and second of all, I'm probably going to miscast it. Especially knowing my luck. Alright, Battle Sphere is going to take care of this guy real easily. Or these guys. And we'll just continue on. Book of Cantrips. Animate Skeleton. Decent spell. Gonna pick it up. Put it on ZQ. And macro C will now be ZQ. So now I need to remember that I can actually butcher stuff and grab my allies. The enemies here actually... Sorry, Animate Skeleton really synergizes well with Poison Cloud and Toxic Radiance, but it has anti-synergy with my other spells, like Fireball. From time to time. They occasionally get very in the way, and it's annoying. But, you know, it's probably worth it, in all honesty. Ow. What the hell was that? Why did it hurt so much? Broad axe of chopping. Ouch. Snipe off the guys. Back. Take them all out. Great. This mana regeneration thing is working out pretty well for me, if you ask me. Ooh, Apportation's also good. And it's at decent spell power, whereas... Yep, it's a very decent spell power, so it's essentially usable right out of the box. That's why I consider Apportation to be so damn good. Just by training... Okay, all of these need to be bought. Wow, I have not a lot of money. Holy crap. That's okay, though. Buy all those things. They're all important. Probably. I saw yellow and I just immediately got him. Book of Beasts, Passage of... Wait, what? Book of Beasts or Book of Burglary? When the hell did I pick up a Book of Burglary? Okay, whatever. Passage of Glubria. We know it sometimes screws us up. Oh, vampire. Oh, God. Oh, it hurts. I feel like someone just stabbed me in the back. I think his name was Final Boss. Oh my God, Passage of Glubria. Anyway, don't know what that I'm talking about? Go look up a vampire video from the channel. That one really sucked. A big one for me. Yeah. So passages, even though it kind of screws us over sometimes, it's generally a good spell, and I don't think one or two bad examples is enough to sway me from picking it up as a spell, because it's just generally very good. It's usually a semi-controlled blink, and it's also a blink that you can have the option of taking. The only problem is when an enemy steps into it. That's when it comes bad most of the time, because it cuts off your escape. But yeah, I also do want to pick up Summon Butterfly. It's a consideration for this character, especially because I don't know. If I need space, the summoning of butterflies will assist me greatly. Anyway, it's about time to wrap up. Sorry, my words didn't come out right. Let's blink away from the fire. Yeah, the fire crab dies. Great. That's Yaktor. Ouch. Please stop killing me. Wow, they do a lot of damage, man. Let's use Poison Arrow on a single target enemy. Take him out. Great. Take him out with Poison Arrow. Okay. Butcher the corpses, and get ready for Bolts 2. Ooh, this looks dangerous. Let's clear this out before we... I guess we can go... Just in case. I mean, it could lead to a hilarious end of video death, right? Right? Oh, God damn it. This is gonna be bad. Ouch. Oh, man. This is a lot of stuff. This is actually quite a lot more than I was expecting. No, it wasn't. I was expecting this much stuff. I'm gonna have to be pretty careful with how I stare pull. Just need to make sure that I don't pull up too much. Accidentally get myself killed. Poison Arrow, wow. One shot's a deep troll. It's pretty good damage. Use Fireball here. Damn, Fireball's ripping people apart. Okay, great. We've actually mostly cleared this area out, so this is now safe. So we won't instantly die the second we stop next video, which is good. Very good. I love it when that happens. So yeah, now that that's done, that's about finishing up with this episode. As a parting question, I'd say, on a scale of like, okay, let me know what you guys think about me as a commentator versus me and my friends as commentators, because honestly, I really enjoy the dynamic that occurs when I play and record with someone else, but obviously it doesn't mean that everyone else feels the same way. If you guys have a very specific and reasonable reason why I should, and a very like good reason, I suppose, why you think that it's not a good idea for me to do like multi-people recordings, just let me know, and I'll think it through. Because like I don't know, I am going to be making like a lot of my backlog and a lot of my other stuff is actually more than just myself playing. There's me, there's sometimes Mega Slime, there's sometimes ZXC, and there's going to be a couple of other people too. There's sometimes Bob, but rarely nowadays, since I haven't really seen him in like ages. But like it happens, right? There will be multiplayer things on the channel, and I'm sure that like 90% of you are pretty happy with it. In fact, some of you might even prefer it. But if you have a real like honest complaint about it, just let me know so I can at least keep that in mind when I make these videos. The worst thing in the world is for me to make a video, make a whole bunch of videos, and then have someone say, "I hate all of them," because that's just wasting. That just sucks, right? Because now you don't watch for a week or however long I do it. Hell, you might even dislike it and not tell me the reason, and I have no idea why, as a lot of people want to do on this channel for some reason. And like it would suck, yeah, for both of us. So if you do have a complaint, let me know. I'll take it into consideration when I create future content. So yeah, bit of I guess channel backseat channel management. I don't know. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.